Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the RedSeaPodcast. My name is Dennis, as always, solo today, and since we celebrated such a nice, a nicely played, even though we almost suffered the usual Olympiacos BC heart attacks at the end, a very nicely played derby win. I took my chance as well to replay for you all that incredible video to still keep that spirit of the 100-year celebration alive. What a game, honestly, to start off. Calmly and very slowly get into it. Incredible game. Nerve-wracking to say the least, especially that last quarter, but an incredible game in general. The first thing I want to say, και θα το πω ξεκάθαρα, είναι το ότι Καρύδα ελπίζω να σου μπει στον κόλλο και όποιος κατάλαβε, κατάλαβε, όποιος όχι, όχι, καλώς. The first thing I really want to start with is that the thing I said when posting the full time as well, the difference could be so much bigger. The difference of this game could easily be like 10, 20 points. So I don't think it's even really worth it to get lost in the to get lost in what the difference was and what it could have been because we played well enough to deserve a much bigger difference in this game. But ultimately, swept Pana in the Euroleague doesn't really matter. Solidifying first for me, as I said, uh, we needed to beat Pana today for many reasons. For how the last few games with them have gone, for the cup final that we lost. No derby goes unimportant or under the radar, especially in the Euroleague. So for me, we really needed them beat today, and we did that again so much more comfortably than it seems like. The score really doesn't sit here and do the game justice. It really doesn't. If you all want to find out uh, what I'm talking about with full time posts and stuff, if you're new and don't follow me on other platforms, everything you need regarding the show is down below, and you can comment anything and message me anything you want. But as I was saying, the score doesn't warrant the image of the game. We were good. And still I was sitting and scrolling and reporting of the game as I do, and I was seeing hate towards the team again, and I will never get the hate towards the team, especially in wins like this. But I could get into the usual rant again, but I honestly have so much I want to get into today that the rant that I've made in, as I said last night, I was going to say last show like it was days ago. As I said last night when we were live with God, this show was on episode 70. This is episode 71, and I think I've made the same run 66 episodes. So I'll save it as much as I can for today. But yeah, team warranted all the congratulations today, despite some just lapses of concentration. But it's the least we can do to support this team. And honestly, the thing I do want to start with isn't really the performance, but it's to applaud the fans that were there. Once again, once again, the Peace and Friendship Stadium of old without a protective net. It's it's the best thing to point out regarding today that the protective net wasn't there and nothing happened. The fans once again holding up the image of the most fierce fan base in the Euroleague, creating something special once again, a complete sea of red, pun not intended, a complete sea of red with some very familiar faces in that sea of red and incredible fans. Of course, the birthday man, Jose Luis Mendilibar was there, Chiquinho was there, Pirola was there, and someone that none of us were expecting was there, and that's Daniel Podence. Podence, who started yesterday for his team in Saudi Arabia, flew straight to Greece to watch his beloved team play the derby of Eternals in the Euroleague. And hopefully that chat with Jose Luis Mendilibar wasn't just chatting up, and it was something more as well. But yeah, honestly, all we could have asked for and more from the Peace and Friendship Stadium today. And for me, the fans deserve a separate applause of their own, not only for the constant chanting and urging the team on, but for example, a specific instance I can recall is the especially Gate 7 but the whole stadium cheering Fournier's name after a missed three and in general a mediocre game, trying to urge him on as well. And I don't really want to get into Evan because I have so much more things to focus on specifically. But we all know who Evan Fournier is, we all know him, we all love him. As I've said with many players and have been proven extremely right, thankfully. Form is temporary, but class, talent, and legend status is permanent. And the good old Evan that we know and love will be there when he needs to. It's just a dip of form. I know that for some reason it's hard for Greek fans to grasp, and I'm including myself most times in this. It's hard for us to grasp that dips of form can happen and we get caught up in the heat of the moment blaming a player. But if anyone can overcome such a dip in form and be at the absolute highest of highest, top of their game again, when it will truly matter, that's Evan Fournier. So Evan will be back. And I feel like deep down we all know that Evan will be back. Now, onto the basketball game itself. It was a very strong start. It's the first time in a while that I remember seeing Olympiacos come in the game with such fire, with such passion, with such strength, and come into a derby against Panathinaikos as we need to do. It's been a while, and I'm very glad that we did go on and from second one just try to get the game done immediately and keep on them with the pressure, the incredible defending, the incredible chemistry that was on show. And honestly, as a basketball lover myself, when a team has such chemistry, not only at the back in the defense, but running up as well, whether it's an organized attack, whether it's a fast break, whether it's anything, when a team is just full of chemistry. It's such a joy uh, to watch. Καλησπέρα φίλε. Αυτό έλεγα. Το ότι δεν πρέπει να χαθούμε στη χαμένη διαφορά. Γιατί όπως είπες και εσύ, το μάτς θα μπορούσε να είναι, αν όχι 20 πόντους, θα μπορούσε να είναι 10. Ναι, μεν υπήρχε μία έλλειψη προσοχής, να το πω στην τέταρτη περίοδο, να το πω όπως θες. Μια συνέχεια λαθών, ό,τι θες. Αλλά σε ένα παιχνίδι που ήταν όλα τόσο θετικά, υπήρχαν τόσο θετικές εμφανίσεις, τόσο δέσιμο στην ομάδα, δεν πρέπει να χαθούμε σε μια τέτοια διαφορά. Σημασία έχει το ότι το πήραμε το παιχνίδι, τα λάθη θα φτιαχτούν και εγώ προσωπικά με τη σημερινή εμφάνιση είμαι πάρα πολύ χαρούμενος. Εγώ θα μείνω εκεί και όπως είχα αργήσει θα συνεχίσω να αναλύσω γενικά κάποια πράγματα που έχω σημειώσει. Εγώ πάντως με το σημερινό δεν κρατάω κάτι αρνητικό, προσωπικά. Speaking of personal performances and speaking of the uttermost positives of today, you can start with anyone other than Moose Fall. What a monster of a game. I think it's safe to say that Moose had his best game of the season. Moose kept us in the game a lot. He kept the momentum going. He was not only the pillar in the defense, with I'm pretty sure Moose had 5 blocks, if I'm not that mistaken. Let me actually check while I'm talking about it. But yeah, I'm pretty sure Moose had 5 blocks. Yes, spot on. Moose had 5 blocks, which is insane, honestly. Moose also had a sequence in which the best sequence from Mustafa I can recall is a sequence in which he protects the paint perfectly. He goes on to block the ball, he goes on to pass the ball, and then run perfectly into the paint and then dunk it. I think that play alone is honestly the best description of how the game went today for Moose. Starting from making sure everything went okay defensively and ending it up the other end offensively himself, most, if not almost every time. 10, 5, and 3 from basic stats for Mustafa. 5 very, very crucial rebounds. 10 very, very crucial points. And even Moses, we know Moose has incredible passing for a big man. His strength, he was absolutely incredible, not only protecting the paint, but drawing fouls as well. Leadership shown, passion shown, anger shown, which is needed in derbies like this. And he left everything on the court. Moose today left absolutely everything on the court, playing 25, playing the most he's played in a while, if I'm not completely mistaken, and doing not only everything we could have asked for, but genuinely maybe even more. Uh, so good, so indescribably good. It was his best game of the season, and it's such a joy to just see players like Moose have such a great, and again, great is uh, great is an understatement from the game that Mustafa Fall had today. Uh, Also, I can, thinking about it more organized, I can point out the dunk at the end. The dunk that Moose had at the end was absolutely insane. Even though all of Mustafa's dunks were absolutely mad. I think that's the safest to say. And again, even saying that Moss had an indescribably mad game, maybe another such massive understatement. Um, and combined with him, for me at least, because I saw many people disagreeing, and I want your opinions in the comments in general. Another man that had perhaps not, of course, the best games he could have had, but another man that had quite the good game, in my opinion, is uh, Milu. For me, today, with Milutinov having 5 and 4 main stats uh, with 14 minutes of game time, for me today we had the best big duo performance of the entire season. I think it's safe to say for a long while of the season uh, we did have a bit of a problem. It's safe to say with the bigs, with either Fall being out, moves being off form. And let me correct something I said earlier. Moose had 4 blocks. That's what I was trying to find out. Moose had 4 blocks, uh, not 5. But again, same thing. His game was absolutely insane. But yes, as I was saying, I think we had the best duo performance of the entire season at the bigs. And I saw Milu getting a lot of hate because he started the game relatively slower than everyone else did as soon as he came in. Uh, and he was one of the reasons that the difference just dipped the first time that it did. But he picked it up as well for me. Of course, nowhere near comparative to what Moose did today, because again, Moose for me had the best game of the season, the best game of his season. I think that's better to say. But I feel like I'm reciting the Ortega thing I said last time, last night. Moose was solid, nowhere near incredible, but Moose. Milo was solid. Excuse me for slurring my points. Milo was solid, nowhere near incredible, but extremely solid and definitely not deserving of the hate that he got. A man, moving on, a man that deserves his own, not only category, but his own special congratulations is Kostas Papanikolaou. Kostas Papanikolaou that once again proves that when he is good in form, when Papanikolaou is at the absolute top of his game, so is Olympiacos. Papanikolaou today playing 20 minutes on the dot with 11, 1, and 4. Of course, the main thing that I can easily point out about Pap is that once again he showed us why he deserves to be the captain of this team, not only with his performance, because not as clearly as Fala had, for me again, his best game of the season. His was up there today with his best performance of the season. Definitely not there, but it was up there. But after slew claps, as I started calling him today, once again, undeservingly and a foul. We all saw Kostas, Papanikolaou's that is, gesture, and I'm not only happy that he did it, I'm not only happy about the passion that Papanikolaou showed, and I'm not only happy that it was completely right, but I'm happy that it triggered the Panathinaikos fans as well. Of course, Papanikolaou basically signing that Slukas is acting like an absolute crybaby, constantly whining, which is true. Slukas was annoying. He was truly deserving of the Sluklaps nickname today. Uh, but aside that, what's there to say about Pap? He said in an interview that he has many years still left to give, and he has many more amazing performances to give to the team, and he showed that again today against Panathinaikos of all opponents. Uh, where are the people that were doubting him? Like honestly, because all of them have been extremely quiet. Pop deserves all the success, all the love, and all the support, and over all of those, he deserves this captaincy so much. As I said against Partizan, his jersey will be the next one up in the rafters, and it will be so deserved. But up until then, he will keep being on the court, shutting up the doubters from his own fan base and destroying opponents, leading this team to success that we can only look forward to with a huge smile on our face, honestly. All around amazing from Pap once again, and I feel like we've been saying this for many years, even I've been saying this for many years. A good Papanikolaou is a good Olympiacos, as I started this point with. And I feel like we haven't even seen the best that Papanikolaou has to give this season yet, which means that we haven't seen the best that Olympiacos has to give this season yet. And that not only is regarding Papanikolaou, but that's because a certain Keenan Evans is now training with the team, has been training with the team, and is so close to a return. And I think it's been a while that I've been anticipating a returning player so much. So we have so much more good things to say from this team. And as I started off the show by saying this absolute momentum boost was what we needed to solidify a very easy regular season, that I say. The hardest thing about this regular season has been dealing with the goddamn injuries, and we'll get into that. Uh, but a very well managed regular season, and a very well managed regular season also overcoming the inner hate that always clouds this department of Olympiacos for some reason. This was the needed win, not for the standings, but for our mentality. And as we will get into the end few games of the regular season in a bit, uh, it's just a joy to see. Honestly, it's just a joy to see. Excuse my yawn, but it's midnight here. It's spot on midnight now. As I said, we'll get into injury, but before I get into his extremely unfortunate injury, I really want to focus on the incredible game he had. And that, of course, you know who I'm talking about. I'm talking about Nigel Williams-Goss. Nigel Williams-Goss with 14-4 in 20. He was our second top scorer once again, just behind Sasha Vezenkov. Let me actually check because I can't remember if he had steals. Nigel had no steals. Okay, I remember correctly. But what a game! Jesus Christ, what a game! Crucial baskets, crucial soul taking defending, crucial transitioning, crucial build up from the defensive end to the attacking one, and honestly, crucial, crucial player. Such, such a crucial player. And what this question is a bit ironic saying it now because we're about to find the fuck out, but it's a scary question to wonder that what would this team have done, especially in the last month where Goss stepped up so incredibly much and carried this team on his back. What would this team have done in the last month without Goss? And as I've said many times, I can proudly sit here and say that I've been one of the few that supported Goss and criticized him fairly and not absolutely demolished him as we went into the season. And I hope that it's enough proof, once again, not for all the doubters to shut their mouths up about Goss and realize how crucial he is, but for us to renew his damn contract. Please renew his contract. Regarding the injury now, and I'm stalling the inevitable, kinda. As I got told, I don't know if this is correct. It's a bicep strain. At least to start off, I'm sure more details will be out. I'm sure more details may be out already. I'll update you all after the show. But if Goss is out for a while, I don't know what we'll do. The injuries that this team has faced every year, but especially this year, are fucking insane. And the luck that is doing its best to dodge us is also fucking insane. I really wish Goss has a speedy recovery because if he hadn't up until now, the last month, he's proved how truly crucial he is. And I hope we don't miss him for a while, especially at such a crucial fucking point of the season. Now, MVP talk, shall we? And once again, solidified for me with 18, 9, and 5 in 33. This year's Euroleague MVP, the man that's come back even stronger, and a steal, Jesus Christ. The man that's come back even stronger than when he left. And I'll say this until you will get bored of hearing it because it's so true. And that's Sasha Vezenkov, the star of this team. And we're so blessed to not only watch what is debatably the prime of Sasha Vezenkov. It's at the very minimum the best Sasha Vezenkov we've seen yet. That's the safest thing to say. And honestly, it's not only a blessing to watch him, but it is also an incredible blessing to have him backed up by someone like Alec Peters. because it is uh, the safest to say that Sasa is irreplaceable, but I do not think that there are many teams that can say that they can replace their star player with someone like Alec when he's out, or even give him rest time with someone like Alec Peters. But to stay on Sasa, once again, demolishing the Panathinaikos defense in every way possible. Amazing game. I I don't know if I'm the only one, but I enjoy Sasa's performances even more in the derbies. And an amazing thing to point out regarding Sasa is him telling Juancho to get the fuck up after he flopped and gave Sasa uh, a free throw after he got given a tech. Of course, on Twitter, the amazing Karaflotemonas has made this a GIF already. I've shared it. Go see it. The link is down below. But yes, I'm gonna use that video for motivation in the morning. Uh, with Sasha telling me to get the fuck up, like he told Juancho to get the fuck up. And Jesus Christ, that Juancho flopping was so dumb. Panathinaikos flopping in general was so dumb, but Juancho and Lucas at most, Jesus Christ, they were so annoying today. They were so annoying. Excuse me once again. I don't know why I'm yawning so much today. I'll throw it on the excuse that it's late. Uh, so annoying. And the pop gesture, as I said before, and the Sasha gesture I mentioned now are the best to show how annoying Panathinaikos truly got today. And as I said at the start of the show, that the score doesn't show the picture of the game. It really doesn't. I think, speaking of the two of the three best players of today, you can't go without mentioning the mind boggling, the mind blowing play where I'm pretty sure it is Sasha to Pop, where Sasha passes it not even behind his back on the paint, but behind his head on the paint as the ball passes Gabriel and another defender, I don't remember who it was, for Pop to go on and score it because that once again goes and strengthens the insane chemistry I pointed out as one of my first points talking about today. But also, what the fuck? The way Sasa finds absolutely everyone on this team is insane. It's so wild, and I honestly can't describe how truly happy I am to just see this. But it's not only the chemistry, is it? Because it's not just the chemistry with Olympiacos. We see with Bartzokas is Olympiacos, there is one thing that builds up all of the incredible performance of everyone. And that one thing is the thing I mentioned, most being the pillar of today, and that's the defense. Olympiacos' defense today was amazing from Goss to Moose to everyone in between. The defensive work was incredible. None did nothing. Slukas did nothing. And I can't tell you how much I enjoyed Slukas's, or as I said, the more fitting nickname, Sluklaps. Uh, him missing that game-winning shot at the end. You don't know how much I was laughing my ass off. I was laughing so much, and I enjoyed that perhaps more than I should have, but it was the funniest thing to me. But yes, Nan did nothing. Slukas did nothing. The main players of Panathinaikos in general did nothing. Jesus Christ, in the first quarter, the only man that scored points for Panathinaikos was Osman. Jesus Christ. Uh, Especially in the first half, but in general, the defense was so good today. Which, of course, led to the entire performance of the team being amazing. Now, to go on to the very pleasant surprise of today, Saban Lee. Saban Lee scoring 6 with an incredible 3, honestly. 6 in 15. Uh, and I'm loving what we're seeing from him. I'm loving the first impressions that Lee is giving. Lee also had 2 steals in the game because Lee isn't only a player that's team first, as it showed, which is a very big positive regarding, for example, Vildoza's game that I mentioned, who was also very good today. Uh, but Lee also, the moment Saban Lee steps onto the court, you can see the incredibly high basketball IQ that this player has. Yes, he looks for the pass first, which whether that sticks again is amazing, or whether he can just pull up and take that kill shot 3 that he did more and more as his courage builds. That will also be amazing, but he has all the tools to succeed, honestly. A team player with incredibly high basketball IQ, strong, fast, and honestly, a very good shooter. Just has to work on the free throws because Jesus, uh, it's only up for Lee as well. And the main positive that Goss's injury, if you can call it a positive, but I think you'll get what I'm trying to get at, is that Lee got minutes today. He got a chance to find his teammates and he got a chance to acclimatize more. And as it seems, and if it is a bicep strain for Nigel, Lee will need to get a lot of minutes, and the more, the better, the faster, let's say. But I feel like we'll see a lot of positives today. Like today, not today. I feel like we'll see a lot of positives in general, like today. This team is such a joy to watch. It's the best team in Europe by a mile. It's not for me. It's not only the great way that we managed to go on and solidify the home advantage in the playoffs, because I'm pretty sure that is more than solidified. Uh, but it's also the way that this team just plays. Honestly, it's the way this team goes about its game, starting from the defense, which is always the pillar of this team, and going to absolutely everywhere. It's just so nice to sit back and watch, and I can't wait as we slowly finish the season. That's honestly about all I wanted to get into today. Uh, I'm glad I managed to get some thoughts out, honestly. And I hope you enjoyed this quick recap. If you haven't checked out yesterday's show, please do go and check it out with Gav finally. being back. I couldn't be happier that Gav was back. And genuinely, anything you'll need is in the description down below. I'll finish off by saying the thing that I constantly, more or less, go on and say when talking about any department of this team, and the thing that I stressed, and I think I stressed massively yesterday and or on our 100th anniversary show, support this team. Stick together as one as we head into a very stressful end of the season, because this season can be extremely historic, more than we think. Thank you for sitting by me for another close to an hour, another 45, and I'll see you all very soon with a recap, hopefully with Gav again, with a recap of the national team games for football. I'm very grateful towards all of you. Have a good night. Thank you.